Chapter 10: A World Transformed. The newfound alliance breathed new life into Gladion and his companion spirits as they traversed the ever-thickening foliage of the Whispering Woods. The woods were said to be ancient guardians of secrets and pathways, hiding marvels and dangers alike. With Sarnath and his transformed followers now part of their ranks, their journey seemed emboldened, fueled by a shared vision of a transformed world. Gladion, leading the group, felt the subtle vibrations of the magical hairpin at his heart. It was not merely an artifact of transformation, but a beacon of hope, stirring the souls of those it touched. As they ventured deeper into the forest, whispers of their mission spread like wildfire, reaching the ears of hidden watchers and distant dreamers. In villages and towns, tales of a group spreading magic that could change the very essence of a being inspired both awe and desire. Many set out, hoping to cross paths with Gladion, to touch the magic that had sparked such transformative tales. Societies began to reflect on their rigid structures, contemplating the fluidity of identity and existence that Gladion's quest embodied. One evening, as the group settled by a crystalline river beneath the glow of bioluminescent flora, they contemplated their journey's impact. Stories reached them from travelers, tales of people embracing their true selves, of communities uniting under the banner of acceptance, and of once marginalized voices now singing freely in the open. But it was not merely the transformation of individuals that marked their journey's significance. It was the transformation of minds and hearts, the realization that diversity in form and spirit was not a chasm to divide, but a garden to be nurtured. Conversation flowed like the river beside them, each member reflecting on their transformations, not just physically, but in every facet of their being. As the night deepened, the group's resolve hardened. They knew their mission was far from over. The Oracle of Eldoria awaited, a being whose wisdom could further their quest beyond imagining. Yet, the journey to the Oracle was fraught with perils unknown, through lands uncharted by maps, guided only by the stars and the whispers of fate. As dawn broke, painting the sky with hues of hope, the group set forth once more, their hearts buoyed by the stories of change they'd ignited and the promise of guidance from the Oracle. The bond among them, strengthened by shared purpose and newfound friendships, felt unbreakable. Gladion looked to his companions, their faces lit by the morning light, and saw not just allies, but a family united by a cause greater than themselves. Together, they stepped forward into the unknown, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, their story a beacon for all who sought change. The Whispering Woods greeted them with an eerie silence, as if the ancient trees themselves were holding their breaths, watching Gladion and his group venture deeper into its heart. The path, barely visible under the intertwining of roots and vines, led them through dappled sunlight that played upon their faces, lending a surreal quality to their journey. The magic of the hairpin, pulsing softly within Gladion's possession, seemed to resonate with the energy of the forest, guiding them onwards. As they journeyed, the terrain grew more treacherous. The ground beneath their feet turned from solid earth to a network of marshes and quicksands that threatened to swallow them whole. It was during these trials that the group's unity was tested. Sarnath, once a skeptic and adversary, now proved his worth, using his profound knowledge of the land to navigate them through perils unseen. But then, a challenge like no other before rose to meet them. From the depths of the forest emerged a creature of myth, a guardian of Eldoria's secrets, the silver worm. Its scales shimmered like moonlight, and its eyes held the depth of the night sky. The beast circled them, a sentinel questioning their motives. Gladion stepped forward, speaking not in words but in intentions, projecting his heartfelt desire to seek the Oracle's wisdom for the good of all. The silver worm, understanding the purity of his quest, bowed its great head and allowed them passage. The encounter was a testament to their resolve and the righteousness of their cause, adding yet another layer of legend to Gladion's journey. As they left the Whispering Woods behind, the landscape opened up to reveal the vastness of uncharted lands, a mix of barren deserts and fertile valleys that lay before them, leading to the Oracle of Eldoria. The group, now more than ever, understood the magnitude of their journey. They were no longer just travelers. They were pilgrims on a sacred quest, carrying with them the hopes and dreams of those they sought to liberate from the confines of their existence. With each step forward, Gladion felt the weight of their mission, but also the joy of every life they touched, every mind they opened. The world was changing, and they were at the heart of that transformation. As they made camp for the night, under a canopy of stars, they shared stories of the lives they had changed, reflecting on the beauty of diversity and the power of acceptance. The air crackled with magic, and for a moment, Gladion felt the unity of all things, the pulse of the universe, and knew that their quest was destined to succeed. As the dawn's light crept over the hills, casting long shadows and illuminating the dew-soaked world, Gladion and his companions strode with purpose towards the enigmatic realm of Eldoria. The journey thus far had been fraught with danger and discovery, yet the promise of reaching the oracle spurred them onwards, hearts buoyed by the transformative power of the magical hairpin. Their path led them through landscapes that whispered of ancient magics, wild and untamed. The air seemed thicker here, laden with a palpable sense of expectation, as if the very earth awaited their arrival. Birds of vibrant hues and unseen creatures watched from the shadows, their eyes reflecting a curious mix of wariness and wonder. As they neared the outskirts of Eldoria, Gladion could sense a change in his companions. Each step taken was more deliberate, every gaze cast forward laden with determination and a hint of anxiety. They knew the legends of Eldoria's guardians, beings of great power who posed riddles and challenges to any who dared seek the oracle's wisdom. It was said that these tests were not just of the mind, but of the soul, designed to reveal the true nature of those who stood before them. Upon reaching the first of these guardians, a statue of alabaster that gleamed like moonlight made solid, Gladion stepped forward. His heart thrummed with a mix of fear and excitement. The statue stirred to life, its eyes glowing with an ethereal light, and spoke in a voice that echoed like wind through the leaves. To enter Eldoria's sacred domain, you must first answer, what is it that binds the heart to the journey, yet remains unseen by the eye? The question hung in the air, a puzzle wrapped in an enigma. Gladion and his allies gathered in a tight circle, their minds racing through possible answers. It was not merely a test of wit, but of understanding the essence of their quest. Whispers of thoughts were exchanged, each theory considered and weighed. After a moment that stretched into eternity, Gladion stepped forward again, his voice steady but filled with emotion. Hope, he answered, for it is hope that drives us forward, fuels our dreams, and guides us through darkness, unseen yet ever present. The Guardian's eyes flared brighter for an instant before dimming, and a path opened before them, leading deeper into Eldoria. They had passed the first test, but more awaited. With renewed resolve, Gladion and his companions ventured forth, the magic of the hairpin a beacon of change in a world hungry for transformation. The journey through the mystical Eldoria was like traversing the threads of a great enchanted tapestry, woven with the essence of magic itself. Gladion and his companions faced challenges that tested not just their strength and wit, but the depth of their hearts. Each trial unveiled hidden facets of their bond, a radiant gem of camaraderie and growth in the crucible of Eldoria's tests. The next trial they encountered was one of reflection, set by the Guardians in a secluded glade pulsing with serene magic. A mirror stood in its center, ancient and unadorned, yet its surface shimmered with an otherworldly glow. Here they were tasked with confronting their deepest fears and insecurities, a trial that struck deeper than any physical battle could. Gladion stepped forward, his heart clenched tight, as images swirled within the mirror. Visions of a past laden with struggle and solitude, and a future uncertain but for the unwavering desire for change and acceptance. As each companion took their turn before the mirror, they shared silent revelations, their vulnerabilities laid bare, yet met with an embrace of understanding from the others. This challenge, perhaps the most daunting they had faced, forged their trust into something unbreakable, a bond that would serve as their greatest weapon in the trials to come. Beyond the glade, Eldoria continued to unveil its wonders and perils, but the party moved as one, their resolve hardened and hearts open. They encountered realms within realms, each guardian presenting a riddle that delved deep into the essence of their quest, the pursuit of transformation, acceptance, and the freedom to be one's true self. Amidst these trials, Gladion found his purpose blossoming into clarity. The magic of the hairpin, a beacon of hope for many, was also a reflection of his own journey, from solitude and strife to a crusader of change. His transformation illuminated the path for others, each life touched by the hairpin's magic, weaving a tapestry of stories, diverse yet unified in their quest for acceptance. As they drew closer to the heart of Eldoria, the very air seemed to thrum with anticipation. The wisdom of the oracle lay just within reach, promising answers that had long eluded Gladion. Yet it was not just the prospect of wisdom that drove him forward, but the journey itself, a journey of transformation, acceptance, and the revelation that true change begins not with magic, but within. As Gladion and his companions approached the oracle, the ambient magic of the realm seemed to thicken, shimmering in the air like heat above a summer road. Each step felt laden with destiny, and the very earth beneath their feet thrummed with an ancient, vibrant power. The group moved through a lush, verdant forest, its canopy ablaze with colors no mortal eye had seen before. Flowers that glowed with inner light and trees that whispered secrets of the ages guided their path, a testament to the magic that the hairpin had unleashed in the world. Finally, standing at the threshold of the oracle's sanctum, a sense of solemnity enveloped them. The door before them, carved from living wood that shifted and pulsed with life, swung open silently, inviting them into a chamber where the air itself seemed to pulsate with knowledge. The oracle, a being of indeterminate form, shimmered in the center of the room, its presence both awe-inspiring and comforting. The companions found themselves unable to speak, their questions and doubts silenced by the oracle's penetrating gaze. Gladion, the oracle's voice resonated within the chamber and within their minds. You have journeyed far and faced trials that would break lesser beings. But it is not the magic of the hairpin alone that has transformed you and those you have encountered. It is the courage to embrace change, to accept oneself and others, that has truly reshaped the world. The oracle's words unfurled within their minds, images and emotions weaving together to form a tape by tape of the transformations Gladion had wrought. They saw families reunited in joy and acceptance, societies altering their perceptions and laws to embrace the diversity within their midst, and individuals finding peace and purpose in their new identities. However, the oracle continued, its tone shifting, the journey does not end here. The magic you carry is but a tool. The true transformation comes from the hearts and minds of those you touch. You must continue to spread this understanding, for it is the key to a future where all are free to be their true selves, unrestricted by fear or prejudice. The companions listened, enraptured, as the oracle imparted knowledge of the paths ahead, hinting at challenges to come and the allies they would find along the way. As the audience came to an end, a renewed sense of purpose filled Gladion. The quest was far from over, but now they carried with them the wisdom of the ages, a guide to navigating the complexities of the human heart and the intricacies of transformation. Emerging from the oracle's sanctum, the group's determination shimmered like the morning dew at dawn. Their path was set, their spirits alight with purpose. Gladion, feeling the weight of the oracle's words, led his companions through the tangled forests of Eldoria, a realm renowned for its resistance to change, and thus an imperative destination on their journey. The magic of the hairpin, a now almost mythical artifact among the various realms, had sparked conversations and confrontations alike. It was not just a tool for transformation, but a symbol of the deeper metamorphosis of society's understanding and acceptance of identity. Gladion and his companions, through each encounter, through every trial, worked not just to spread the magic, but to weave a tapestry of acceptance, empathy, and unity. Their arrival in Eldoria was met with suspicion and intrigue. The Eldorians, a people bound by tradition and wary of the unknown, looked upon the travelers with a cautious curiosity. Through dialogues, demonstrations of the hairpin's magic, and sharing stories of lives changed, walls began to crumble. The Eldorian youth, in particular, showed an eagerness for change, a desire for freedom to be who they wished to be, which slowly swayed the elders. A pivotal moment arrived when a prominent figure in Eldoria, previously a staunch opponent of any form of change, requested a private audience with Gladion. The night was quiet. The only sound was the rustling of the leaves, whispering the winds of change. The meeting, shrouded in secrecy, ended with the transformation of not just the individual, but symbolically of Eldorian society. News of the transformation spread like wildfire, challenging preconceived notions and opening doors to conversations that had once been deemed taboo. In the weeks that followed, Gladion and his companions witnessed a blossoming of understanding within Eldoria. Markets that once sold traditional garbs now offered a variety of attire, accommodating and celebrating differences. Public gatherings, once strictly regulated, now thrived with open discussions, music, and dance, celebrating the diversity that had begun to weave through the fabric of Eldorian society. Their journey through Eldoria had not only transformed lives, but had ignited a movement of acceptance that promised to spread to neighboring realms. Gladion, reflecting on the progress, knew that each step forward was a step towards a future where one's exterior could truly reflect their innermost self, without fear of judgment or persecution. The road ahead was long, fraught with challenges yet to be faced, but with each realm touched by the magic of the hairpin, the vision of a world united in acceptance and understanding grew ever closer. As dawn broke over the verdant hills surrounding the scholarly realm of Lirioth, Gladion and his companions set forth with a resolve forged in the countless successes and trials they had experienced. Lirioth, with its spires reaching towards the sky and libraries that were said to hold the sum of all human knowledge, was a place where the minds of many convened, but seldom changed. Their approach was cautious, for they knew that the rigidity of Lirioth's scholarly elite was a formidable barrier to the acceptance they sought to foster. But Gladion, whose journey had taught him that the hardest hearts could be softened and the most rigid minds could be opened, was undaunted. He had seen societies transformed by the magic of acceptance and understanding, and he believed the same could happen here. Upon their arrival, they were met with skepticism and curiosity. The scholars of Lirioth prided themselves on their dedication to the pursuit of knowledge, but they were unprepared for the kind of enlightenment Gladion offered. With patience and clarity, he spoke of the worlds they had visited, the lives they had touched, and the transformations they had witnessed. He spoke of diversity not as an abstract concept to be studied from a distance, but as a tangible reality that enriched societies and broadened the horizons of all who embraced it. As days turned into weeks, the initially cold reception warmed. Public lectures turned into spirited debates, and debates into heartfelt discussions. The scholars, once so certain of the boundaries of identity and magic, began to see the possibilities that lay beyond their rigid frameworks. In a moment that would mark a turning point for Lirioth, a renowned scholar publicly acknowledged the transformative power of Gladion's quest. This endorsement was the catalyst for change throughout the realm. Soon, the magic of the hairpin was not just accepted but celebrated, as more and more individuals sought the freedom to express their true selves. The transformation of Lirioth was a testament to the enduring power of understanding and acceptance. As Gladion and his companions prepared to leave, they knew that the legacy of their visit would resonate through the ages, a beacon of hope for all who sought to bridge the divide between who they were and who they wished to be. The voyage to Viridian was unlike any they had undertaken before. As they neared the realm, the air itself seemed to shimmer with a magical essence, colors swirling in the sky like the auroras of legend. The landscape of Viridian was a tapestry of the imagination made real, where mountains floated without regard for gravity, and rivers of pure light meandered through the verdant valleys. Here, magic was not merely a tool, but the foundation of life itself, pulsing through the very ground upon which they walked. Gladion and his companions were welcomed by the denizens of Viridian, beings for whom shape and form were fluid, changing with their mood and thoughts. It was here, in this realm of endless possibilities, that the true potential of the hairpin could be unleashed. As they traveled through Viridian, sharing the hairpin's magic, they saw not only transformations of the body, but of the soul. Individuals discovered inner truths long buried, and the societal norms of the realm began to shift, becoming as fluid as the identities of its inhabitants. In Viridian, stories of Gladion's quest had preceded him, tales of wonder that had been carried on the winds of magic. His reputation as a harbinger of change ignited conversations and debates among the Viridians, who had always valued the ability to adapt and evolve. Yet there remained pockets of resistance, areas where traditional views on identity and power held sway. It was toward these places that Gladion directed their journey, knowing that the hairpin's magic held the key to understanding and acceptance. One such challenge arose in the form of a council of elders, guardians of ancient ways, who viewed the hairpin's magic with suspicion. They challenged Gladion and his companions to prove the virtue of change, to demonstrate the harmony that could be found in diversity. Accepting their challenge, Gladion organized a gathering, a spectacle of magic and transformation that would be remembered in Viridian lore for generations. With the hairpin, he showed them a world where boundaries could be crossed and identities explored freely, winning over the hearts and minds of many. As the gathering concluded, a profound silence fell over the crowd, broken at last by the soft, harmonious voices of the Council of Elders. They spoke words of unity and acceptance, acknowledging that the magic of the hairpin had unveiled a deeper truth, that change was not to be feared but embraced as a natural aspect of life. With their approval, the hairpin's magic spread further, seeping into the roots of Viridian society and blossoming into a vibrant tapestry of identities and expressions. The journey through Viridian became a celebration of transformation, each day filled with stories of liberation and discovery. Gladion and his companions continued their march, guided by the spirit of change that the hairpin had ignited within them. Each morning, they were greeted by faces eager to witness the magic that could undo the caged identities and birth true self-recognition. Rumors of their quest had spread like wildfire, carried by the winds to the furthest corners of the lands beyond Viridian. Gladion, who once harbored doubts about the impact of their mission, now saw the undeniable proof of its necessity in the eyes of those they helped. The magic of the hairpin did not just alter physical forms. It reshaped destinies, knitting together fractured communities with the threads of understanding and acceptance. Encounters with skeptics and challengers had been frequent, but with each successful transformation, their numbers dwindled, replaced by allies and advocates for change. One evening, as they camped under the starry sky, the group gathered around a flickering fire, their faces illuminated by its warm glow. It was a time of reflection, a moment to share stories of the lives they had touched and the futures they had altered. Gladion listened intently, a soft smile playing on his lips as he heard of estranged families reunited, of friendships forged in the crucible of shared experience, and of love blossoming in the most unexpected places. The journey had also been one of personal transformation for Gladion and his companions. They had confronted their own fears and prejudices, emerging stronger, united by a common purpose. As they looked toward the horizon, their hearts were filled with a sense of anticipation and uncertainty. The final leg of their adventure loomed before them, a path fraught with unknown challenges, but also brimming with possibilities. With the dawn, they would set forth once more, their resolve unwavering, their spirits buoyed by the magic they carried. The hairpin, once a simple accessory, had become a symbol of hope and change. As they prepared to depart, Gladion thought of the futures they were yet to alter, the lives they were yet to touch. The world was vast, and their quest was far from over, but the path they had carved would remain, a testament to the power of acceptance and the enduring magic of transformation. As the fire crackled and the stars blinked into existence above, the group fell into a reflective silence, each pondering the transformations they had witnessed and initiated. Gladion, gazing into the dancing flames, found himself thinking not only of the physical changes the magical hairpin had wrought, but also of the changes in hearts and minds. "When we started this journey," he began, his voice soft but carrying in the quiet of the night, "I thought only of the magic as a means to fulfill my own desires. But it's become so much more. It's a bridge connecting worlds, peoples, understanding." Alia, a warrior of the Eastern realm who had joined their quest after witnessing the magic's potential for unity, nodded. You have shown us that change, while feared by many, can be the key to healing. My people, once skeptical, now celebrate the diversity brought by the hairpin's magic." Gladion listened, his heart warmed by her words and those of the others as they shared stories of acceptance and transformation. Settlements that had once been divided by rigid norms and traditions now thrived as communities of varied identities and expressions. As the night deepened, the group's conversation turned to the trials they had faced. They spoke of battles against those who sought to control or suppress the magic for their own ends, of the times doubt and despair had nearly overwhelmed them. Yet each challenge had been met with unwavering resolve, each victory a testament to their commitment to spreading understanding and acceptance. "The road ahead is uncertain," Gladion admitted as the fire dwindled to embers. "But I believe our journey has sown seeds that will grow into a future where everyone can be their truest self without fear or shame." His companions murmured their agreement, their faces illuminated by the last flickers of light. As they settled into their sleeping arrangements for the night, Gladion felt a deep sense of peace. The road ahead was indeed uncertain, but the path they had carved out so far was a beacon of hope. Tomorrow, they would continue their quest, carrying the magic of transformation to new lands, ever guided by the gleam of possibility in the hearts of those they sought to help. And though the journey was far from over, Gladion knew that the legacy of their quest would ripple through the ages, a testament to the enduring power of love and acceptance over fear and misunderstanding. As the embers of their campfire glowed into the deep velvet of the night, Gladion and his companions shared their hopes and dreams, stories of transformation echoing into the starlit expanse. The fire's crackle underscored their tales of challenge and triumph, of hearts and minds opened by the magic of the hairpin. "For every shadow we have encountered," Gladion mused, his gaze reflecting the fiery dance of flames, "we have also found a light, a soul ready to grasp the hand of change, ready to embrace their truest self. Our journey, arduous though it has been, carries with it the seeds of a future where fear has no hold, where love dictates the shape of destiny." As morning dawned, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, the group broke camp, the air around them charged with an electric sense of purpose. They set out towards new lands, the mysteries of uncharted territories beckoning them forward. Each step taken was a step toward a world reshaped by the magic they bore, a testament to the transformative power of understanding and acceptance. The road ahead promised challenges as diverse as the lands they traversed. From towering mountains swathed in mists to verdant valleys where the whisper of magic was as palpable as the wind, they would encounter skeptics and believers alike, their journey a beacon for those hidden in the shadow of doubt, a guide towards the light of self-realization. In one village, a child who had never felt at home in their own skin wept tears of joy, the hairpin's magic revealing their truest form. In another, a hardened warrior found peace within, their exterior finally reflecting the soul that had long battled for recognition. And with each transformation, each life touched by the magic, the fabric of society itself began to shift, acceptance weaving its way through the tapestry of communities once riven by misunderstanding. Gladion watched as with every village they aided, every soul they helped to transform, the essence of the hairpin's magic spread like the first light of dawn, dispelling darkness and fear. And he knew with a certainty that anchored him to his path that this journey was but the beginning of a greater saga, a saga where love and acceptance weren't just possible, they were inevitable. "For every heart we change the world," Gladion whispered into the wind, his voice carrying the weight of his conviction. "And with every step, we draw closer to a future where everyone can truly be themselves." Carried by the strength of their purpose, Gladion and his companions stepped forth into the unknown, guided by the gleam of possibility in the hearts of those they sought to help. And though the journey was far from over, Gladion knew that the legacy of their quest would ripple through the ages, a testament to the enduring power of love and acceptance over fear and misunderstanding. As dawn broke over the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Gladion and his companions, a band of loyal friends who had become family through shared struggle and triumph, resumed their journey. Their path led them across vast, uncharted territories, each with its own customs, challenges, and mysteries. In one village, shrouded by the dense canopy of an ancient forest, they encountered a society that had long isolated itself from the outside world, fearful of change and suspicious of outsiders. Here, Gladion's mission faced resistance, a reflection of deep-seated beliefs and traditions that had governed the lives of its inhabitants for generations. Yet, with patience and empathy, Gladion and his companions shared tales of their travels, of lives transformed and horizons broadened by the simple act of acceptance and love. Slowly, skepticism gave way to curiosity, and curiosity to wonder, as the villagers began to see the magic of the hairpin not as a threat but as a gift, a key to understanding the true essence of one's soul regardless of the form it took. Through open dialogue and the sharing of personal journeys, barriers crumbled, and hearts opened to the possibility of a world where everyone could live as their truest selves. As they continued to travel, each destination unveiled its own stories of longing, strife, and ultimately transformation. From bustling cities teeming with diversity yet plagued by divisions, to secluded hamlets where tradition reigned supreme, the magic of the hairpin lit the way, sowing seeds of change that would grow into bountiful gardens of acceptance and unity. In a world once bound by rigid conventions and unspoken rules, Gladion's quest became a beacon of hope, inspiring others to seek their own paths to truth and happiness. Reflecting around their nightly campfires, the group marveled at the tapestry of life they had been woven into, a vibrant mosaic of experiences richer and more varied than any of them could have imagined. With each life touched by the magic of the hairpin, the legacy of their journey expanded, a chorus of voices rising in harmony to sing the beauty of diversity and the strength of love. As Gladion clipped the pin into another eager hand, he couldn't help but feel a profound connection to every soul he had encountered, a shared bond of understanding and acceptance that transcended the physical realm. The legacy of their quest, he realized, was not merely in the transformation of forms, but in the awakening of minds and the uniting of hearts. Guided by the gleam of possibility in the hearts of those they sought to help, Gladion knew that their journey was far from over. Yet, as they ventured into the unknown, the legacy of their quest would ripple through the ages, a testament to the enduring power of love and acceptance over fear and misunderstanding. As Gladion and his companions journeyed on, they reached the verdant valleys of Eldoria, a realm whispered in legend as unforgiving to strangers. Yet, it was in Eldoria that the magic of the hairpin wove its most profound tapestry of change. Here, in a society rigidly divided by ancient customs, the transformation induced by the hairpin sparked not just acceptance, but a celebration of identity in its most authentic forms. In each town and village, the travelers found unique challenges. Skeptics abounded, but so did the curious and the desperate, those for whom the hairpin represented a final sliver of hope. Eldoria's highest caste, the Viridian Knights, initially viewed Gladion's magic with suspicion, fearing the change it represented. Yet, as they witnessed the joy and freedom it brought to their kin, their skepticism melted into awe. Gladion, now revered as the herald of change, sat before the great council of Eldoria, explaining the true nature of his quest. It is not just about changing form, he elucidated, but about revealing the essence of one's soul, allowing it to shine forth in its truest light. His words, heartfelt and persuasive, echoed in the hallowed hall, touching the hearts of even the most stoic council members. In the weeks that followed, Eldoria transformed. Laws were rewritten and traditions questioned, all in the spirit of embracing the diversity that had been unlocked by the magic of the hairpin. Communities that were once isolated by prejudice and misunderstanding now celebrated together, sharing in the joy of discovery and the peace that comes with acceptance. As Gladion and his companions prepared to leave Eldoria, they were showered in gifts of gratitude, not just of material wealth, but of stories, songs, and promises of eternal friendship. The transformation they witnessed was not just in the individuals they helped, but in the very fabric of society itself. Yet, as they set their sights on new horizons, the legacy of their journey through Eldoria became a beacon of hope to those in lands yet untraveled. Rumors of the miracles wrought by the mysterious traveler and his enchanted hairpin spread like wildfire, igniting a spark of possibility in the hearts of those they sought to help. Gladion knew that their journey was far from over. Yet, as they ventured into the unknown, the legacy of their quest would ripple through the ages, a testament to the enduring power of love and acceptance over fear and misunderstanding. The horizon was vast, and many more realms awaited their touch, realms yearning for the transformative magic that Gladion and his companions carried with them. As the sun dipped below the Eldorian mountains, casting long shadows over the valleys, they set forth once more into the twilight of their grand adventure, hearts full of hope and eyes fixed on the endless possibilities that lay ahead. As the twilight embraced the world in its cool, dusky shroud, Gladion and his fellowship pressed onward, leaving behind the enchanted realm of Eldoria. Their path was illuminated by the remnants of the day and by the stars beginning to peep through the velvety darkness above, a celestial map guiding them towards their next destination. The air was crisp, filled with the anticipatory silence that comes before a revelation. Gladion felt it deeply. The air itself seemed charged with the magic of change, of transformation and rebirth. With each step, the sense of purpose that drove him swelled, bolstered by the changes he had already wrought. Eldoria was but the first of many, a beacon of hope that proof of change was possible, tangible, and within reach. His thoughts often drifted to those he had aided, their faces alight with joy and wonder at their true selves being revealed. Each transformation was a testament to the unique magic of acceptance, to the courage of embracing one's essence. Gladion's own journey of self-discovery had begun with a single wish, a solitary hope that had blossomed into a crusade of enlightenment. The landscapes changed as they traveled, from verdant forests to arid deserts, from bustling cities to secluded villages. In each place, they found stories of longing, of souls concealed behind facades not of their choosing. With the magic of the hairpin, Gladion brought liberation, and with each transformation, society's fabric shifted subtly, weaving acceptance and understanding into its core. Yet, not all welcomed change. There were moments of resistance, of fear cloaked in anger. But Gladion met these challenges with the wisdom of one who had traversed the depths of identity. His resolve, tempered in the fires of his own transformation, became a beacon for others. Battles were fought, not just with sword and magic, but with the most potent weapons of all, words of understanding, acts of compassion. As the chapter of Eldoria closed and a new one beckoned, Gladion and his companions gathered around a fire, the flames casting dancing shadows on their faces. They spoke of the past, of the hurdles overcome and the joy of lives liberated. They spoke of the future, of the endless horizons yet to explore, and the many hearts yet to touch. The night deepened, and in its quiet, they found renewal and the strength to continue their journey. The next morning greeted them with the first light of dawn, a symphony of colors heralding the day. The air was fresh, with the scent of possibility. With determined hearts, they set forth, each step a promise, each breath a whisper of change. The road ahead was uncharted, but the magic of the hairpin was their guide, a lodestar of transformation, shimmering in the infinite tapestry of lives waiting to be discovered. The lands they traversed were as myriad as the stars, each with its own struggles and dreams. In the shadowed groves of Thelmaris, where whispers told of ancient magics, and the trees themselves seemed to hold breath for Gladion's arrival, they found a people cloaked in secrecy, their true selves hidden beneath layers of tradition and fear. Here, the hairpin's magic lit fires of hope in eyes that had long forgotten the warmth of acceptance. Each transformation, a testament to the courage found in true identity, wove a new thread of connection among the inhabitants, binding them closer than ever before. Farther east, in the bustling markets of Zephyria, Gladion witnessed the power of the hairpin to unite disparate cultures. A merchant, once scorned for his true self, now stood proud amid the cacophony of trade, his stall a beacon for those seeking transformation. The magic of the hairpin did more than change forms. It altered perceptions, challenged biases, and in its wake, communities thrived in newfound harmony. The journey was not without its challenges. Skepticism and fear shadowed their steps from those who saw change as a threat rather than a promise. Yet with each doubt cast aside, with every skeptical heart won over by the undeniable joy of those transformed, the legacy of Gladion's quest grew stronger. These were not mere changes of form, but profound awakenings of spirit, revelations of inner truths long suppressed. As they neared the towering peaks of the Riven Mountains, the air thin with the anticipation of the unknown, Gladion and his companions paused to reflect. The world behind them was irrevocably altered, not just by the magic of the hairpin, but by the courage to embrace one's true self. Societies once rigid in their ways now blossomed with the colors of diversity, understanding knitting together the fabric of communities in a tapestry more vibrant than any had dared to dream. And yet, their journey was far from over. The path ahead promised new lands, new challenges, and countless lives yet touched by the hairpin's magic. With the scent of possibility permeating the air, they stepped forward into the embrace of the unknown, their hearts alight with the unquenchable fire of change. For in their hands, they held not just a talisman of transformation, but a beacon of hope for all the world to see. As Gladion and his companions ventured deeper into the uncharted territories beyond the Riven Mountains, the landscape unfurled before them like a tapestry woven from the very threads of enchantment. The mountains gave way to verdant valleys, where streams danced over pebbles, and the air buzzed with the wings of colorful, unseen creatures. Here the magic of the hairpin felt even stronger, pulsating with the rhythm of the earth itself. In one such valley, they encountered a village where the people were bound by old prejudices, unable to see beyond the traditions that had confined them for generations. Gladion saw the familiar fires of fear and misunderstanding in their eyes, but armed with the power of the hairpin, he knew that transformation was not limited to appearances. It could touch the very soul of a society. Gathering the villagers one starlit evening, Gladion shared the story of his journey. The battles fought, the lives changed, and the hearts opened. When he clipped the magical hairpin into his hair and transformed before their eyes, gasps of astonishment rippled through the crowd. It was not just his appearance that captivated them, but the undeniable proof that change could be embraced, that new beginnings were possible. In the days that followed, Gladion watched as the village shed its cocoon of old beliefs, emerging vibrant and alive with new understanding and acceptance. Where there had been division, there was now unity. Where there had been fear, there was now curiosity and love. Gladion's journey had sparked a transformation far beyond the physical, sowing seeds of change that would grow and flourish in the hearts of all who dared to dream of a different world. As they left the valley, Gladion and his companions carried with them not just the memories of the lives they had touched, but a renewed sense of purpose. Each step forward was a step into the future they were helping to craft, a world where every soul had the freedom to find their true self, unbound by the chains of expectation and fear. The magic of the hairpin, once a secret tucked away in the folds of Gladion's cloak, was now a legend that crossed lands and seas, a story told in whispered awe by those who had witnessed the impossible become possible. With the scent of possibility permeating the air, they stepped forward into the embrace of the unknown, their hearts alight with the unquenchable fire of change. For in their hands they held not just a talisman of transformation, but a beacon of hope for all the world to see. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, Gladion and his companions made camp at the edge of a forest, their journey far from over. Tomorrow, they would continue, forever changed and forever changing the world. As dawn broke, weaving its first light through the forest, Gladion and his companions woke to a world alive with possibility. With the magical hairpin clasped tightly in his grasp, Gladion felt a sense of duty swell within him. Today, like every day since the journey began, they would weave the fabric of change, one soul at a time. The forest was thick with the whispers of the unknown, but Gladion walked with a confidence born of his purpose. Not long into their journey, they came upon a clearing where the air seemed to hum with magic. In the center stood a creature of such beauty and grace. It was as though the forest itself had birthed it, a deer with antlers that shimmered with the colors of the dawn. It locked eyes with Gladion, and in that moment, a silent understanding passed between them. Here was another soul seeking the transformation only Gladion could grant. With a gentle touch, Gladion placed the hairpin upon the creature's brow. Light enveloped the clearing as the transformation took hold, and when it had passed, where the deer once stood, there now was a being of half light, half flesh, their eyes brimming with tears of joy. "Thank you," they whispered before vanishing into the forest, a reminder of the endless forms that hope and change might take. As they continued, each step seemed to bring a new story. A village trapped in unending night, bathed in sunlight once more. A river whose waters had turned to poison, now running clear and bright. With each transformation, Gladion saw the ripple effects of their journey. Societies reshaped, prejudices overcome, and lives irrevocably changed for the better. Yet, with every soul they touched, Gladion felt the weight of their quest. It was a burden he bore gladly, but it was a burden nonetheless. The hairpin, while powerful, was not infinite. With each use, its magic waned slightly, a constant reminder of the preciousness of their mission and the need to use it wisely. As they made camp once again, this time beside a river whose waters reflected the stars above, Gladion reflected on the journey so far. The world was changing, yes, but so too was he. With each transformation, he felt a piece of his old self fall away, replaced by something new, something better. He looked to the sky, wondering what stories the stars would tell of their journey, of the magic that had changed the world. Tomorrow, they would move on, but for tonight, they rested, hearts full of hope for what the dawn would bring. As the first light of dawn caressed the horizon, Gladion and his companions awoke, their spirits rejuvenated by the promise of the new day. The river beside them murmured ancient secrets, its waters a mirror to the ever-changing sky, a reminder of the constant flow of life and transformation they were a part of. Gathering their few belongings, they set off, the mystical hairpin safely secured in Gladion's grasp, a beacon of hope and change. The world was vast, and their quest far from over, yet with each step they felt the weight of their purpose, a mantle borne with pride and determination. Their journey took them through bustling market towns where whispers of their deeds had already sown seeds of curiosity and wonder. Here, Gladion's heart swelled as he witnessed firsthand the transformation of society, barriers of gender and expectation crumbling before the magical reality the hairpin offered. In the eyes of those he met, he saw reflections of his own journey, each soul a tapool of desires and dreams now tangible. It was a powerful affirmation that the path they had chosen was righteous, threading through the fabric of existence to weave a tapestry rich with diversity and acceptance. One evening, as the sun dipped below the valleys, casting long shadows like fingers stretching across the land, they approached an ancient grove, known to house a being of immense wisdom, a guardian of nature's deepest secrets. It was said that this guardian, a creature of the old world, untouched by time, had the power to bless their quest, to ensure the magic of the hairpin would flourish wherever it was needed. With reverent steps, Gladion led his companions into the heart of the grove, the air thick with the scent of earth and life. What awaited them was beyond words, a creature of ethereal beauty, its eyes holding the depth of centuries, its presence a soothing balm to their weary souls. Gladion, with a voice steady and true, spoke of their quest, of the changes they had wrought and the lives they had touched. The guardian listened, its gaze piercing into the very essence of their mission, before speaking in a voice like the rustle of leaves. Your journey is one of true courage and heart. The magic you spread is a rare gift, one that heals and transforms. Go forth with my blessing, and let the winds of change carry you to the corners of the world. With hearts lighter than air, the group set forth from the grove, the guardian's words a melody in their ears, a hymn to the power of transformation and the unyielding strength of purpose. Gladion, more determined than ever, knew that the road ahead was laden with challenges, but the beacon of their quest shone brighter than ever, a lighthouse guiding them through the tempest of the unknown. As they made camp that night, beneath the blanket of stars, their conversation turned to the future, to the endless possibilities that lay ahead. They spoke of dreams not just for themselves, but for the world, a vision of harmony and unity brought forth by the magic of transformation. Gladion, looking at the faces of his companions, felt a deep sense of gratitude and belonging. Together, they had started a revolution, one that would echo through the ages, a testament to the eternal quest for understanding, acceptance, and love. Tomorrow, they would continue to walk their path, but tonight, they celebrated the journey and all the wonders yet to come. As the fire dwindled to embers and the first light of dawn began to chase away the shadows, Gladion and his companions broke camp with a newfound sense of purpose. They journeyed onward, each step taking them through realms where the whispers of their deeds had already begun to sow the seeds of change. Villages greeted them with open arms, their people eager to witness the magic of the hairpin for themselves. Gladion, with a gentle hand, bestowed the gift of transformation upon those who sought it, each transformation a testament to the power of self-realization and the courage to embrace one's true self. With every person they helped, the story of their quest grew, painting them not as mere travelers, but as pioneers of a profound evolution. Societies that once clung to rigid norms began to question the very fabric of identity and acceptance, initiating dialogues that transcended borders. In towns where Gladion's magic had touched, people discovered a unity in diversity, celebrating differences instead of condemning them. The hairpin, once a singular object of transformation, had become a symbol of universal change. However, not all were ready to embrace this new dawn. Skeptics and traditionalists challenged Gladion's mission, fearing the unraveling of societal threads long held sacred. It was in these confrontations that Gladion's resolve shone brightest, his words weaving a tapestry of understanding and compassion that often turned conflict into conversation and adversaries into allies. As the quest drew near its conclusion, the impacts of their journey were undeniable. Gladion had not only changed the lives of individuals, but had also altered the course of cultures, guiding them towards a future where everyone could live as their truest selves. Yet, the true measure of their success lay in the hearts they had opened, the minds they had changed, and the joy of those who had been given the freedom to live openly and authentically. On the horizon, the final challenge of their journey loomed, a climax that would test the very limits of their resolve and the enduring power of their message.